By the powers vested in me, I hereby constitute the smart graduation ceremony of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology.
Welcome to the graduating class. This graduation series will see us confer 7,030 undergraduate degrees, 152 postgraduate degrees, 126 of which are master's degrees, 26 doctoral degrees, of which 229 will graduate cum laude. What a fantastic achievement considering the unusual circumstances many of you have been working under to complete your studies. No doubt you have felt alone, uncertain, and had moments of loss, loneliness, grief, and even private joys. Whether you realize it or not, we have shared this aloneness together, and I want to honor this profound experience in your life. You did it. Perhaps there were moments when you thought you wouldn't, but you persevered, and today you graduate. Recognizing a momentous occasion, this is for every single one of you, we knew that only the best will do. CPUT is one of the only universities in the world to offer a digital graduation, which, much like a traditional one, celebrates your individual success. While many universities have opted for mass conferral of qualification, we think you deserve more than a short generic ceremony. For that reason, we personalized this graduation and made sure that this memorable experience for you and your loved ones. At CPUT, our management team and staff have drawn strength from your resilience and determination, and we have endeavored to find solutions to completing the academic year. We were always guided by the principle that no student shall be left behind as a result of pandemic. To that end, we provided a number of innovative and caring solutions to completing the curriculum. This included allowing late and resubmissions, online tutor, mentor support, moving lecturer guidance to WhatsApp, and equipping our staff with skills to adapt to remote learning. It hasn't been easy, but it has been necessary. And I'm proud of staff who have brought us to this point today. Added to that, CPUT is considered a benchmark of best practice when it comes to managing COVID-19. Not only were we identified as a low-risk institution in terms of potential for infection, but we also became the first institution of higher learning to open a dedicated COVID-19 vaccination center for our staff and students. Hundreds of staff and students have already been vaccinated, with many more waiting their turn to do so. I will conclude this address with a party message that I so often tell our graduating classes. Please let this graduation be one of many that you have in your constant, unquenchable quest for lifelong learning. After all, if the pandemic has taught us anything, let it be this, that the world is changing and we need to change with it. Remember, if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. I hope that we'll meet in person at your next graduation ceremony. Thank you, Baya Danki, and Kos. Please stay safe and keep well.
Welcome to the Smart Graduation Ceremony for the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment. This is the third ceremony in a series of 13 ceremonies. Chancellor, I request you to confer diplomas and degrees within the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment on the following candidates who cannot be present due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
By the authority vested in me, the diplomas and degrees will be awarded to the candidates as announced to me.
In this graduation ceremony this year, the faculty will be conferring a total of 1,306 qualifications, of which 13 will be cum laude and 11 will be summa cum laude. For the diploma in chemical engineering, Ryle Edson, Regan Barnes, Gibeon Kluter, Kelsey Diergaard, Annika Dreyer, Ermelinda Elias, Mohammed Erasmus, Jessica Fortes, Juliana Capinala, Darren Lewis, Ndai Makobo, Mefrang Makosa, Kutle Mange, Fulefelo Mancha, Lesiba Mashalane, Muyamba Mbwesi, Zambini Mtu, Andrew Mulapo, Jody Moses, Muyaz Mulao, Mbali Nzanzeka, Zaneli Nkuka, Unzukani Ngobeni, Siabonga Ngobeni, Thandolwetu Ngomane, Olwetu Nokwe, Luande Nonsimi, Jemima Ngoninga, Nandile Ntete, Onau Mtintile, Inga Penisi, Ola Rasi, Simone Shortels, Abiso Sigoniela, Asipeli Siteto, Ayanda Sumdaka, Mandisi Tomose, Sineyo Tomose, Vemes Venda, Tulinda Ventura, Zenande Zato. For the Diploma in Industrial Engineering, Tatenda Mafuma, Marwansole Matlejuane, Athinkosi Mazimela, Zelda Mua, Yabanati Nkledana, Ryk van Romberg. For the Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, Vuyisile Nkosi, Carl Osborne. For the Diploma in Mechanical Engineering in Mechatronics, Imami Betofe, Joshua Jamani, Laila Khan, Christian Kandolo, Kashangubuye Masirika, Adam Mbombole, Hussein Moses, Michael Solomons, Damien van Breda. For the National Diploma, Engineering Chemical, Archibald Boyson, Gershon Celestino, Resha Chetty, Avela Dakana, Jakita De Jager, Kwanele Dinga, Imran Gaznola, Sinovuyo Gobo, Lwandu Hlongwane, Mukesile Juele, Loyiso Kalimashe, Isolda Kapinala, Thapelo Kehueng, Lesedi Kahole, Lufunu Kolopa, Esperanza Kosi, Annelisiwe Kotiu, Sepanati Manjwanjwa, Michlali Mukunga, Samuel Makunga, Sipilele Makude, Moleseng Masha, Tlumelo Mbana, Miranda Mbena, Anati Mbinda, Yonela Mbuyazwe, Lendile Mdichwa, Kanye Mdletie, Zizipo Meji, Saneli Mfingwana, Mtubeku Mjikula, Sipusetu Mjongile, Yolanda Mshuchwana, Kalala Muleya, Sisipo Mzamo, Luvo Njuani, Sizi Piwe Nkwichi, Sipeshishle Ntwana, Juan Patience, Siasanga Pio, Aneli Pupuma, Najila Raylon, Koketsu Rapoto, Nkolo Shabango, Adila Amot, Azra Amot, Stembisile Sibande, Akolile Sitanda, Luvuwani Chisikule, Abungile Chokela, Kelabochile Utloa, Nonkosi Raba, Sihle Yani. For the National Diploma Engineering in Computer Systems, Uriel Bilela, Russell Banze, Mohammed Brown, Samuel Katana, Matumi Chauke, Devilson Costa, Aviwe Gliso, Osvaldo Gomez, Charles Gudza, Desiree Kubwanga, Glody Sushlombo, Slumelo Mahungu, Samkelo Mkwenkwe, Senatemba Mkhaba Lala, William Mufururi Rirwa, Tuso Ngogodu, Gideon Ntumba, Vivian Mamshi, Jason Trout, Inganati Qinte, for the National Diploma in Engineering Electrical, Faik Abrams, Brevin Adams, Lindy Avuwa, Akonkwa Bakanyise, Merlin Baviledi, Sarel Botes, Jacques Bover, Siselo Cele, Lukusa Trilumba, Connor Dean, Kwezi Dingane, Akona Diani, Inga Diwili, Miranda Gaba, Zach Giladili, Sisle Gilili, Sevenati Gwebani, Azili Gweja, Adam Hilia, Enver Ishmael, Solomon Isang, Apilele Jacob, Olwetu Jacobs, Ngebe Kaitano, Thatu Kempfer, Claudie Kanda, Joshua Kinsley, Annalisa Kala, Mvimbwa Kibambu, Gerard Kisa, Trey Kisa, Thierry Quitonda, Dieter Lotz, cum laude, Annelisiwe Luwatra, Maputu Mabayakulu, Amos Mahochatia. For the National Diploma in Electrical Engineering, the following qualification will be awarded posthumously on Masivuye Maslachana. Can we please have a moment of silence? Thank you. Sipiwe Maslatini, Utumaling Malachi, Nandisili Malindi, Litha Malusi, Annalisa Manili, Dakola Manyage, Sianda Matoka, Kensani Mate, Ibrahim Matthews, Siabulela Mazaleni, Luvo Mazukwana, Rudy Lubaya, Serafine Mambo, Nulubapalu Memela, Akona Mgitlana, Lydia Ngadi, Suleiman Ashraf, Esetu Munakali, Chimolojo Mochuachai, Athabulele Mpinvana, Ayanda Mpinda, Apiwe Mrebe, Tamsanqa Msibi, Talotulo Msikwa, Babawa Msuseni, Nkusikuna Mtembo, Lendani Mtembo, Marcio Mwanza, Aku Mzeleni, Christian Nel, Tulani Ngubeni, Kamba Ngololo, Kitenge Ngongo, Annelisiwe Nqeke, Yamkela Nompecheni, Luyanda Nonjiwo, Diu Siamasya, Sipiwe Ntu, Abram Nchana, Nkululeko Nchukwana, Rizli Nziki, Numzamu Peter, Richard Foloana, Florentino Ponta, Lwazi Pozwa, Daniel Ross, Moses Sakagombe, Geland Nsembani, Frederik Schroeder, Nkulau Sebastiao, Tebogo Seilani, Zayat Schneiber, Sibongile Sitlabani, Marco Swat, Letaletu Tafa, Ronnie Chwamabe, Okeri Chamburo, Mpoi Chibango, Diane Uvimana, Mohammed van Blerk, Eben van Zyl, Mputumi Qala, Yonela Ulani, Sibungakenke Swani. For the National Diploma in Engineering in Industrial, Carl Boyd, Vitorina Fernando Kumbana, Mansir Funtua, Mr. Dionzo Koza, Loyiso Kobo, Ramisa Kula, Sihle Kumkani, Fika Matleza, Sakile Mvembela, Danny Esa, Avuya Mbiza, Seth Matoa, Nkolo Mvelasi, Pombili Nikuta, Christopher Sitole, Jason Swartz, Gerard van der Skyf. For the National Diploma in Engineering Mechanical, Mohammed Abrams, Kyle Arenberg, Lee Penting, Farron Basic. Ashwin Bruce. Muhammad Kaida. Keanu Castles. Theo Cronier. Marco Kibero. Emile Delora. Jan Deneke. Sisonke Fipaza. Emile Frans. Anati Gadini. Kamal Alassou. Rosalda Gonghet. Justin Haidu. Assad Hendricks. Azanati Tlanlela. Zimasa Kobesi. Cabelo Lapshe. Romano Lakay. Mochedisi Letoko. Ntlantla Maimele. Zandile Malinga. Selo Manemela. Siposetu Mani. Luto Mapuma. Moledi Mateyoch. Christ Nzikoud. Tulani Mbombo. Cindy McFarlane. Craig McIver. Lungiswa Mklawuli. Luke Miller. Mototling Mokhotsi. Khomolemo Mokwera. Tumisang Mokaling. Moloki Morabe. Mihlali Msesiwe. Georgina Myeko. Patiswa Ndunge. Lutandu Nzunga. Umbulani Negondeni. Lwandu Neti. Namakabiso Ngoma. Mveselelo Ngumla. Yongama Nokwe. Luvo Notununu. Ethan Peters. Siavuya Wani. Robin Remedies. Ashley Reddy. Andisiwe Roy. Johan Rust. Lindsay Sampson. Ashton Siloka. Tabunyana Sizila. Ati Sogaisi. Sonwabu Sumslaba. Pumlani Spondo. Anwar Stalmeester. Nico Stein. Pulane Chelejani. Robin Titus. Marshall Trump. Mivuyo Umyityo. Jacques van Rensburg. Nkosikona Velum. Lina Wayini. Kanyele Vulana. For the National Diploma in Engineering Mechanical in Mechatronics, Brandon Arendse. Wesley Guza. Michael Holmes. Ikosa Jamala. Muhammad Kamali. Michael Meyer. Nzuzo Momoza. Muhammad Mosavel. Petrus Rousseau. Jose Smith. Julian Stander. Nathaniel van Senzi. Jan Weerman. Shanisha Williams. For the Advanced Diploma in Chemical Engineering, Darren Alexandre. By Kago Baisitsi. Gisela Komba. Rolani Gajule. Linford Geland. Afikile Giosi. Joachim Gui. Enrique Human. Zukile Juwele. Wolusungu Kaira. Fikolomzi Kiba. Sarah Kuyindama. Siamang Letong. Ntobu Luboya. Indipile Makatla. Mihlali Makunga. Samuel Makunga. Katlejo Mashile. Athandile Meji. Lesedi Mokwele. Sisipo Momba. Asisipo Mongamele. Ndala Mukadi. Kalala Mulaya. Zuzaki Mzinyati. Zwanaka Nemakonde. Owetu Nchenge. Zandiswa Nyokana. Loreen Uwanga. Johandre Pitt. Alex Samuels. Motlewana Sequela. Asandiswa Solwandle. Tlotlo Nsinyane. Zonele Vuka. Adlai Adams for the Advanced Diploma in Mechanical Engineering. Anela Dada. Unalena Dipoko. Dan Mabialas. Ethan Geland. Tyler Haynes. Jaden Jacobs. Kayla Jacobs. Dylan Euster. Agustino Julis. Katiso Lebesana. Jositsile Lejejuro. Letabu Mabiletsa. Akona Mabongo. Sibabalwe Manchinchana, Apelele Memani, Kiamokhetsi Modisi, Ukona Mzondi, Brighton Ndluvo, Cabello Pizzo, Eugene van Dijk Sadi, Lee Scheffer Boswell, Dewald Stoltz, Jade Anthony Tace, Martin Utoni, Cornelius Vermeulen. For the Advanced Diploma in Mechanical Engineering in Mechatronics, Willem Boyse, Adrian Keynes, Andrew van Dijk Groenewald, Leboho Matuba Tuba, Gilma More, Chuvuila Mukendi, Verou September, Felisa Tukutela. For the Baccalaureus Technology in Engineering, Chemical, Kaylin Allman, Gina Apollo, Rosima Akanyo, Singita Baloy, Ramabu Chueu, Earl Dumini, Temishin Governor, Clive Griffiths, Bernally Jacobs, Madre Jagers, Siposetu Krachana, Iviwe Quinana, Jacques Leonard, Ingrid Malamola, Tamlin Manuels, Sumaya Marcus, Lee Matthews, Mukwachelwa Mavungu, Fenyo Mere, Nokutula Mona, Subisiwe Ndamasi, Iante Peters, Cameron Reddy, Megan Ross, Kristen Rossiter, Tobani Sokela, Kevin Swami, Brenton Trantral, Owen van Wyk, Vuyolwetu Wayi. For the Bachelor of Baccalaureus Technologia in Engineering, Electrical, Visitelo Arosi, Muhammad Babu, Dirk Benade, Jean Kiwaya, Dennis Koning, Earl DeWitt, Dean Tesimoa, Mujahid Dixon, Andiswa Dikana, Hendrik de Graaf Gennis, Kibungu Greet, Asandiswa Qina, Akuna Tlwanja, Feli Pepu, Chehofatsu Kebalutwile, Reginald Koza, Tandile Koza, Zukile Liniana, Chandre Jean-Pierre Lowe, Nomza Magida, Abungile Manona, Sinovuyo Marwankana, Shmanga Mathebula, Jason Mehta, Melikeya Matilose, Alan Matthias, Lindilwa Mazinchana, Marcelin Osiamfo, Linduka Mbeya, Kanyisa Mkosana, Sivile Mnyombolo, Uzile Moni, Mbeliso Mpukezela, Kulanga Mulembo, Fortunate Mzelemo, Mbongeni Ndluvo, Mbuso Nkobo, Mulenda Nyalenge, Sukisa Nyiba, Just Okato, Rudy Undoka, Granville Polsa, Chepang Prince, Ntombizandile Kaba, Azola Ramona, Mpielo Ramotsamai, Wade Robin, Sisanda Stofile, Ruan van Wyk. For the Baccalaureus Technologia in Engineering Industrial, Janko Engelbrecht. Malebuelo Masupa, Adelaide Sampson, Stephen Werger. For the Baccalaureus Technologia in Engineering Mechanical, Mujahid Ali, Ulrich Borein, Shurei Shutarwa, Warren Kluter, Shanae Cornelissen, Owen de Jager, Edmund Iso, Achbor Ita, Richard Flowerday, Damien Fortuin, Leander Fourie, Zanele Ora, Keenan Gray, Darren Griffiths, Nicholas Hooft, Brandon Hector, Hazel Ubunjwana, Mukhtar Israel, David Jacobs, David Jacobus Jacobs, Muzikaisi Mkumalo, Jason Lay, Geroncio Leroux, Tulani Lubisi, Lusanda Mabensela. Sibongiseni Mabindisa. Bulelani Mqaqa. Bonke Mochuba. Sean May. Luyanda Mdichwa. Lwazi Ngate. Thabu Motlomi. Kagisho Mokgoro. Sinotolo Moyake. Bandile Pucha. Felisa Mchwewu. Suanne Miller. Sindisiwe Ndongeni. Thama Nemukongwe. Patrima Mbumbula. Vuyisa Ntimbo. President Ntungwa. Tariq Patel. Patuchetso Siliga. Velelu Satinise. Zolisa Chachile. Abram van Skalkwijk. Nolipo Vokwana. Matthews Yaka. For the Baccalaureus Technologia in Engineering, Mechanical Engineering in Mechatronics, Aid Andringa. Sean Ardeen. Emmanuel Shanda. Polo de Sousa. Anele Mahubiani. Johan Malan. Nzuzo Malinga. Abongile Mgugu. Luke Mills. Khobakwang Randinku. Luke Reina. For the Baccalaureus Technologia in Quality, Zulfa, Africa. Nchimba Bilonda. Odwa Bonga. Ricardo Burgers. Haley de Surf. Pedro Hein Dietrich. Siobhan Duplessis. Sipukazi Dwaba. Tamlin Engel. Zintle Fanteso. Nicole Fenny, cum laude. Brandon Philander. Zenande Gobeni. Yolanda Gubuza. Vyokazi Gungwa. Atola Galo. Nchikayomzi Haleni. Konka Jefta. Peliswa Jaco. Sinotolo Jiza. Timakatsu Lechwele. Babalwa Luwalala. Pelokazi Luzipo. Vongani Makamo. Amandla Mangisa. Saneliso Mangisa. Siyanda Machingana. Odette Max. Nolisindiso Mbiba. Andisiwe Mbombo, Andisiwe Mbula, Zolani Mdleleni, Nokutula Mdiosi, Uyukazi Mketsu, Sinazo Mkwambe, Luando Mnyamana, Kutsu Moaihloli, Umanula Muhammad, Zetu Mtutu, Luandu Msweli, Tandeka Mkobo, Sisanda Ngula, summa cum laude, Olwetu Nomavuka, Stephen Ntlaba, Sikoliwe Nkazonke, Sheila Oyise, Sihle Patreni, Samantha Pulagani, summa cum laude, Naledi Pumane, Nkulelu Sitole, Akona Siyoyo, Mtunzi Swana, Maud Tase, Henk van Vieren, Bulelani Vumazonke, Shanae Williams, Roseanne Williams, Zanele Kalapile, Patience Zwane, Mlungise Buti for the Master Technology in Engineering Mechanical with the title Contributing Factors to Uncontrolled Refinery Fires, supervised by Dr. Bosman and Professor Oliver. For the Master Technology Engineering Mechanical with the title Using Phase Change Materials for Thermal Energy Storage, supervised by Professor Griza Gorides Okunji Kilumbo. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering with the title An Investigation of Municipal Wastewater Sludge, Dewater Ability Using Bench Scale Unit, supervised by Dr. Aziz and Professor Ujumu Megan Abrams. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering with the title Design and Application of a Hydrodynamic Cavitation System in Textile Wastewater Treatment, supervised by Professor Ujumu Nanette Arekose, summa cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering with the title Anaerobic Co-Digestion of Abattoir and Winery Solid Waste for Enhanced Biogas Production, supervised by Dr. Ukudu and Professor Oyekola, Sandile Kumalu, cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering with the title The Relationship Between Reactor Performance and Functional Microbial Communities in the Anaerobic Digestion of Tannery Wastewater, supervised by Dr. Waltz, Professor Oyekolo, and Dr. Lilly, Victoria Kibangou, cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering with the title Effects of Different Extraction Methods and Process Conditions on Fatty Acid Profile and Stability of the Avocado Oil, supervised by Dr. Basitere and Mr. Maisha. Sean Ngoma, summa cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, with the title, The Effect of Particle Size Distribution on the Extraction of Gold from Printed Circuit Boards using Ammonium Thiosulfate, supervised by Dr. Aziz and Professor Ujumu, Fernando Mokel. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, with the title, Stratification of Low Temperature PEMFC Cathode Catalyst Layers, supervised by Dr. Chowdhury and Dr. Chamia, Zikona Non-Dudule, cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, with the title Application of Iron Oxide Nanoparticles for Biogas Yield Optimization from Winery Solid Waste and Sorghum Stower, supervised by Dr. Ukudu and Dr. Chowdhury, Carol Osinga. For the Master of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, with the title Plasma Assisted Surface Treatment of Solution Depositive Copper Oxide and Nickel Oxide Mixed Oxides, Thin Film for Non-Enzymatic Glucose Detection, supervised by Dr. Chowdhury, Mahmoud Palmer, summa cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, with the title Dynamic Control of Integrated Wind Farm Battery Energy Storage Systems for Grid Connection, supervised by Dr. Raji Mandise Guabao. For the Master of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, with the title Design and Implementation of a Convolutional Neutral Network to Classify Pecan Nut Cultivars in a Post-Harvest Application, supervised by Professor Khan Johan Hubert. For the Master of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, with the title The Design of a High-Efficiency Class F Power Amplifier Using GAN Technology, supervised by Dr. Waits and Dr. Balyan, Reino Ninaber, summa cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, with the title A Field Programmable Gate Array Based Onboard Computer for Small Satellites, supervised by Dr. Balyan, Dirk van Wyk. For the Master of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, with the title Small Wind Turbine Technology Applications for Residential Use, supervised by Professor Khan and Dr. Almatov, Ahmed Zentani, summa cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, with the title Structural Analysis of Spent Nuclear Fuel Dry Storage Casks, supervised by Professor Mohammed and Professor Oliver Thierry Campoy. For the Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, with the title CubeSat Development, Integrating the Current State-of-the-Art in Manufacturing Techniques and Engineering Analysis Software, supervised by Professor Oliver, Mr. Kogan, and Professor Philander, Shane Martin. For the Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, with the title Effects of Thrust Vectoring on Takeoff and Climb Stage of an Aircraft, supervised by Professor Philander, Ushena Okuosa. for the Master of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering with the title Numerical and Experimental Procedure for Determining Characteristics of Stock Bridge Dampers, supervised by Professor Kahunda Zakele Zonde. For the Master of Engineering in Quality with the title Quality 4.0, Reduction of Customer Product Quality Complaints, supervised by Professor Bosman Gerrit Isaacs. For the Master of Engineering in Quality with the title Optimization of COD Removal from the Effluent Discharge by the Wet Corn Processing Industry in the Western Cape, South Africa, supervised by Dr. Swartz Tuletu Mbita. For the Master of Engineering in Quality with the title A Review of the Quality Assessment Process within Managed Healthcare, supervised by Dr. Bosman Renee Oosthuizen. For the Master of Engineering in Energy with the title Building Integrated Solar PV Wind and Battery Hybrid System, supervised by Dr. Aboales and Professor Khan, Olivier Siabandiro, cum laude. For the Master of Engineering in Energy with the title Control of a Three-Phase PWM Regenerative Rectifier, supervised by Dr. Raji Felicidad Garcia. For the Master of Engineering in Energy with the title Intervention Mechanisms to Reduce Energy Consumption of Air Conditioning and Illuminating Systems for Commercial Buildings, supervised by Professor Khan Fusi Leputing. For the Master of Engineering in Energy with the title Energy Management at a South African Higher Education Institution, a case study, supervised by Dr. Raji Otusitse Lokahilwe. For the Master of Engineering in Energy with the title Hardware Simulator for Microgrid Systems, supervised by Professor Khan Alvis Mulo. For the Master of Engineering Electrical Engineering in Smart Grid with the title Development of an IEC 61850 based power quality monitoring device, supervised by Dr. Krieger Mayamiko Hara. For the Doctor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering, supervised by Professor Iko Umaregbi and Professor Gidiani, I call upon the supervisor, Professor Gidiani, to read the citation.
The title of the project was Rheology and Stability of Oil and Water Emulsions Stabilized with African Catfish Mucilage. Adebanjo Oluwole investigated the utilization of African catfish mucilage as an emulsifier in stabilizing oil and water emulsion. African cat mucilage contains amphiphilic proteins that interface simultaneously with polar and non-polar materials, thereby delaying shear thinning, leading to structural stability of oil and water emulsions, which is applicable in nutraceuticals and cosmetics products. African catfish mucilage can be used in the formulation of controlled release of drugs, as the mucoadhesive nature of the African cat mucilage reduces the speed of drug absorption. His project contributes to conserving and sustainable use of the oceans, seas, and marine resources through the utilization of African catfish waste. Thank you.
Chancellor, I request you to confer the Doctor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering on Ada Debanji Oluwole. For the Doctor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, supervised by Professor Robert van Zyl, I call upon Professor Vester to read the citation.
The title of this project is In Situ Characterization of the Insulator Leakage Current of High Voltage Direct Current Transmission Lines. The research objective was the characterization of the leakage current found on high voltage direct current or HVDC transmission lines to enable future design optimization of HVDC lines. A novel DC leakage current sensor was developed which determines the current indirectly by measuring the magnetic field associated with it. The new sensor eliminates background noise from the measurement for improved measurement integrity. Another important contribution of the work is the measurement of the actual leakage currents on the Kabora-Bassa HVDC line as a case study. Such a comprehensive LC characterization has never been made on this strategically important transmission line, and very little literature is available for practical measurements made on other operational HVDC lines. The aspect of comparing the performance of both in-service glass and composite insulators on the same tower and with the same weather conditions is in itself novel and an important contribution to the collective engineering knowledge on HVDC transmission. The output of this research includes 1 accredited journal, an artifact, and 6 peer-reviewed international conference publications.
Chancellor, I request you to confer the Doctor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering on Mornay Roman. For the Doctor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering, supervised by Professor Khan and Dr. Abowales, I call upon the supervisor, Dr. Abowales, to read the citation.
The title of the project is Development of Techniques for Assessing Customer Accountability for Harmonic Distortion Across a Ring Main Network. Harmonic distortion, which is a challenge to measure due to multiple harmonic sources connected at the point of common coupling, should be part of the investigation criteria when the power system equipment fails. In power systems, harmonic source detection is thus a crucial area of ongoing research. The doctoral student presented a novel and an economically viable solution based on the method of direction of active power flow in the power system and was developed using a benchmark IEEE PAS power system test system using dig-silent modeling and an industrial mining network for validation. 7 accredited journals and conference papers and 1 book chapters was published out of the research work of this thesis.
Chancellor, I request you to confer the Doctor of Engineering in Electrical Engineering on Rosalia Zinvula. For the Doctor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, supervised by Professor Griza Kourides, I call upon Professor Vester to read the citation.
The title of the thesis is Use of Solar Energy to Control the Environment for Aquaponics in Low-Income Communities. The research led to the design and development of a pilot modular solar-powered aquaponics system. The system makes use of solar energy such as photovoltaics, generating electricity and solar thermal energy to heat the aqueous medium. The use of this renewable energy improves the prototype environment, encouraging fauna and flora to flourish for human consumption. The prototype combines an intense vegetable and fish farming production system with potential to reduce water and land usage as compared to traditional farming methods. The research endeavored to address the possibility of combining existing and new technologies to empower low-income communities. The pilot system is currently installed in a community near campus, generating income for a local early childhood development center.
Chancellor, I request you to confer the Doctor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering on Farid Ismail.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our formal proceedings, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for streaming it and making it special for the graduating class. I must commend the stakeholders who painstakingly planned this digital graduation ceremony. You have indeed made it special for our students. Vice-Chancellor Prof. Chris Ntlapo, thank you for your leadership during this most unprecedented and trying times for higher education. Thank you to the staff of the Marketing and Communication Department, Infrastructure Development and Facilities Management, and the Assessment and Graduation Center. You have made this event a memorable one for graduates, and that is appreciated. Thank you to the rest of the CPUT staff, our dedicated lecturers, heads of department, deans of faculty who have lent their support and continue to work tirelessly to complete the academic project so that more students may also move closer to their graduation ceremonies in the near future. Thank you to the SRC, our trade unions, our community and industry partners, and the university international partners. Thank you to the health compliance officers, the university's health cluster, and the Health Command Center for working tirelessly on keeping our campuses safe. To our students and staff, thank you for diligently observing the health protocols and for keeping your masks on. In true CPUT style, I would like to conclude by saying, Dames en heren, baie dankie. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Nkosi siyabulela.
Thank you for joining and watching the SMART graduation ceremony. By the powers vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology.